funny songs.
Hey guys, Seedoeatreview here. Look who's with me. Matt Hale, comedian slash hypnotist I see on your profile.
Yes, comedy hypnotist, yeah.
Yes, what started first, the comedy or the hypnotist?
I've always been interested in comedy. I was a comedy writer. I used to do various comedy bits for various radio stations, that kind of thing. But yeah, I was also always fascinated in the mind, so I decided to kind of match the two up, and yeah, I definitely don't have the skills of a comedian who makes the whole crowd laugh, but I enable a lot of fun, which makes me laugh just as much in my hypnosis
I can see even
shows.
your personality, you're out there. Is that an English accent I'm spotting slightly as well?
It is, yes, yeah.
Is that because you've been in WA, they're a bit English over there?
There is a lot of us Poms in WA,
I know that.
but I have been in Australia 22 years now. I just still can't shake it off the end there.
Whereabouts in England?
Just north of London.
Okay, my brother-in-law was actually from Worcester.
Oh, okay, yeah,
my
further up
little
the country.
nieces have got a gorgeous little English accents. I absolutely love hearing them talking yogurt.
Yeah.
I want some yogurt. It's absolutely gorgeous. We're here to talk about the show though. It doesn't about my nieces. Anyway, say first where the show's at, what the dates are, and then we talk into the meat.
Okay, the show is called Bonkers. It's a comedy hypnosis show, and I just wanted to put a show together which was absolutely bonkers after the year we've just had. And you'll find me at Gluttony in a theatre called Virago. So at Gluttony, but every night except Monday nights for the whole season.
Jeez.
We've come here. We've said we're going to do every night we can.
That is busy.
So yeah,
what time is that on?
It's on at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
so I was just thinking, 8
o'clock.
No,
8 o'clock's it's a good crowd time, isn't it?
It's a sweet time,
I was just talking to someone recently, it's like, you know, the 6 o'clock's a bit quieter, 10 o'clock is so rowdy, and it's just, people can't get the stuff they want to the audience because it's too rowdy, and the 8 o'clock, you've got the sweet spot there, so you must be looking forward to that.
Yeah, what's really nice as well, my show is all ages friendly, so whilst it's not for kids, kids absolutely love coming and watching it. You know, it's over 18s on the stage, of course, but that time sits nicely for adults who do want to bring their kids with them. So,
and that brings me to, so I was talking to the fantastic Bubble guys. Hello, Dr. Bubble and Milkshake, if you're watching.
Where's
they
those
can't
guys?
bring the kids out on stage because of COVID, but you're still right to do all that?
Well, we're not bringing any kids. I don't use kids at all.
I mean,
but
like people on stage.
So what we've had to change is that now, and we've just done this for 38 shows in Perth at the festival there.
Cool.
Is now we space the chairs. So much like you might space in everyday life, generally, the chairs are spaced so that there's the 2 metre square.
And how many people fit into the theatre?
Well, look, we're on 50% capacity, so I think we're down to 180 people in our venue. But still, we're going to make as much noise as a full venue, though.
And what I've been telling the people just recently, because one of the acts brought it to my attention, get in early, buy your tickets early. We don't know when this is going to come back and hit us. Fingers crossed it's not. But you know what? If you get in early and buy your tickets for the first week, hey, you say I saw it before this thing come back to us as well.
But also the thing is that we have less tickets to sell because our capacities are reduced to 50%. We have less tickets to sell, and we were lucky enough to sell a number of shows out last year. So I would say if anyone who saw the show last year, it's a brand new one this year.
Award winner, guys. You won a Fringe World Perth. I do my research.
Just won an award with the new show.
Yes, that is so awesome.
So when you're thinking of coming to see Bonkers, make sure you book in advance just in case, because like I said, we have way less tickets to sell this year.
Can I give a thumbs up to your fantastic publicist or yourself? One of you's done it. So I try to make my Insta stories entertaining, and I look up I'm going to call them GIFs. So Rebecca, if you're watching, I know. Anyway,
GIFs. Are we going to have the GIF and GIF?
Yeah, we are.
GIF and GIF.
Believe me, I'm from Melbourne, so I have Adelaide arguments all the time. So I put in Adelaide Fringe in my Insta stories. You know what pops up? Adelaide Fringe 2020 stuff. Guys, lift your game. Gluttony 2021. Awesome. You know what else pops up? Pictures of him all over the Adelaide Fringe GIFs. It is absolutely fantastic. How did that happen?
Well, look, I'm a massive fan of tech and just social media and fun. So I put a bit of time into actually creating my own Gluttony and Adelaide Fringe GIFs, especially for this season.
So when Kathryn contacted me, I was like, Matt, how do I know that? Oh, you know why? Because that's the only thing that pops up when you type in Adelaide Fringe. Gluttony, Adelaide Fringe, Matt Hale, jumping up in the air, your head's everywhere, and he's, I love it. And I was like, look, someone's on their game. So if he's on their game on the Insta game, he's going to be on his game on the stage as well, guys. So
Dans tous les sens interdits, j'entends tout ce qu'il faut, les vrais, les faux et les non-dits.
How did you get into Hypnotist? How did you get into that, profession?
So you're asking about getting into hypnosis. It's kind of a weird one because it's not one of those things that at your school, school careers choice you kind of like tick. I want to be a hypnotist. Yeah. So I was fascinated with the mind, how the mind worked. I was also started kind of entertaining when I was quite young. 15, started DJing and getting into comedy and stuff. So then I started seeing some hypnosis shows and I thought, they're really fun, but they kind of seemed a bit embarrassing the way they treated people.
Were you a skeptic?
No, I wasn't skeptical because I kind of understood the basic psychology behind it. But I really wanted to dig deep into it. And I thought, what would be good if we created a show where, it's a lot of fun for people watching, but it's also a lot of fun for people taking part, so that the people on the stage come off and go, oh, I'm so glad I did that, rather than like, oh God, I can't believe I did that,
Yeah, they're not embarrassed. You're not making them look like idiots. You're making them a big part of the show, making part of the fun of it. Yeah. Where, as you said, even if their kids come along, they'll have a good laugh, but they're not laughing at you, laughing with you.
And that's the whole vibe of Bonkers. Last year I brought a show called Feel Good Factory, because these shows are all about like just laughing, feeling good, feeling fantastic.
60 minutes?
Yes, 60-minute show, and I think this year, after the craziness of last year, I just thought, let's just make it as silly and ridiculous as possible. Let's get the whole audience involved. Obviously, we can only take around about 20 people on stage, and those chairs fill up very quickly. But it's a volunteers only show. Sometimes I get people who are like, I don't want to come to the show because you might pick on me. I got no interest in picking
anyone.
Nothing
worse than that, is it?
No, I want you. I want anyone who takes part to want to be on the stage with me,
and not be forced to go.
And like I say, there's normally quite a rush to the stage anyway.
So, having never been hypnotised myself, is it a deep thing, or are you so experienced at it you can just go bang?
It only takes a few minutes, but what I do tell people who've not experienced it before, it's pretty much, we do experience it anyway in different things. When you watch a movie and it makes you cry or makes your heart race, right? These are like real world actions that are happening because of your imagination. Because the movie's not real. And so that's the similar kind of thing I'm doing on purpose on stage. We're making thoughts feel so real at that moment that, it kind of feels real at the time, right? So you're not in another world, you're not zombie, you're not, under any kind of weird control, but you're in a super focused state.
So do you, this is going to be a bad explanation, when did you decide to use your powers for good and not evil? Like, can you make someone like go, you'll know that you can't smoke, and they won't smoke anymore, or is it more in depth than that?
That is possible, that end result, and that is something I do work with when I'm not on the stage.
Oh, cool.
But it's not as simple as a click of the fingers and you don't smoke. There is a much more a bigger process where on the stage we're going to concentrate on some fun things, and it's this and it's that and it's this and that, but once you leave that stage, that's not going to you're not going to still keep dancing every time you hear a piece of music, right? But with the smoking, obviously you're going to spend a whole hour or 90 minutes really working on that one goal.
And so your participant has to be willing to do it as well, don't they?
Absolutely, this is not something I do to people, and even on stage, it's me and you, we're going to work on this together, right?
Just have fun as well. No, I didn't want to get too deep into too heavy about it. I speak from, because I was just speaking to some people with like illnesses and stuff, and me with anxiety. I was like, can he cure anxiety, or does he just go through the comedy sort of aspect? And I'm sure, once again, from what you've just explained, is I've got to be willing, and you've got to have the time invested into doing as well.
And anxiety has been a big one I've helped people with over the last year, because
that's such a good thing.
It's been more prevalent than any time before. So it's been nice to be able to kind of help people retrain those kind of patterns that are going on in their head.
So let's go on to the thing. What happened during COVID? You would have lost a stack of gears. So you were here during Adelaide Fringe last year, and it was the day after. Our world went lockdown. So you would have been Melbourne Comedy Festival?
Well, everything we had planned for the following 6 months, 7 months, well, actually everything we had planned for the rest of the year actually got cancelled. But then we were very lucky that around about September time, we're based in WA, although normally I spend most of my time not in WA. Obviously I was then confined to WA, but WA kind of came back on board a lot quicker with the way they contained things. So although I wasn't able to travel elsewhere for shows, around about September, we started to get a few more events and started putting a few shows in theatres around WA. And so, yeah, but of course, during the time where we weren't able to work traditionally, I was doing a lot of online work with, you know, groups for anxiety, for weight management, for stress, all these things.
That would have exploded, especially during lockdown, where even the first 2 weeks, I was like, oh, and then I went, oh, I'm a stay-at-home dad. Nothing's changed for me. But I had to homeschool the kids, and I had to keep doing my workouts at home. But as I said, it's good to see you got through it, because as I said, I'm doing these things because artists like Matt didn't get the support from the government that we wanted. But we're not going to turn into a government hush show, are we? We're going to talk about the fun of this show. So let me move on from that. Okay, so you got the fun of the Fringe for the whole month.
Whole month we're here. Yeah.
From the 19th, which is Friday, to the 21st of March. Oh, look at that. I'm on the game. At Gluttony, guys, as well.
Every night except Monday nights will be there.
So, say hello to Matt when you see him. Participate, guys. Just have a bit of fun. I'm going to have to find out some dates I can fit him in there and check it out for myself.
We'll get you along. We'll get you along.
Thank you very much, Matt, for your time.
Absolute pleasure. Buddy. Thanks so much.